Hello one and all, this is Hybridsteel. Thank you very much for joining me in today's Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 video. And today we're going to be talking about experience, because I've had a couple of requests, people asking, how do you earn more experience in this game? How can you do this? Most of the time people just go, use the tools, it's all good. And this is a customer car. It's just come in, well, I've got to do a suspension work on it, but it's okay. So obviously we all know if you click in here, you go to here and you click on the ODB. Normally if you're using a modern car, it's got an ODB port, it will do a scan and everything it finds it will give you experience for. Then you move to the compression tester, and as the compression tester does its test, hence what it's doing now, every single part is coming up on the left is giving me one experience on the right. And this works for every single part of the car. You do the multimeter, it scans through the car, gives you one experience for every single part in the car. There you go, free experience. There's a couple of more bits to this and it actually gets a bit more interesting. Well, what we'll do is we'll finish our scans first. We'll get another 4 XP by just measuring the tyres. There you go, another 4 XP. Additional tools, we'll do the fuel pressure test. And there you go, there's a few more bits of XP. Obviously, more XP you're going to get from a car is you're going to strip it down, do the job on it, put it back together, gives you an experience point for everything you either take apart or put together. I'm pretty sure it's when you put it back together. I can't remember. But you get the gist. Do a car, get experience, it's all good. This is just a customer car. You can do this with the story cars as well that come through the phone. Now we get into a little bit more of the interesting thing. So let's go to the junkyard, for instance. And here we are in the dust-filled death bowl that is the junkyard. Now we're looking for a car. There's a car. Actually, that's a really nice car to be in here. Cool. So here we go. One car. I mean, this is a Nissan 350Z. This is bloody good to be. I've never found one in the junkyard since the DLC came out. As you can see, it looks a bit tired. You know, there's parts missing and so on and so forth. But that doesn't stop us examining the car. Now you've probably sat there and just gone, well, yeah, we know this, we examine the cars to see how bad they are, but like I said, we're going to scan the whole thing because we're getting free experience by doing this, and this is quite cool. So that's all right. I mean, free experience, this is what you guys are after. You're after free experience, so you do this, you get it back to the garage, you do all your scans for it as well, so more experience on top of the car that you've just bought from the garage. That's like amazing. Right, cool. Now I'm going to leave here because I don't really care. I just came here to show you. Before we go anywhere else, now I know some people play like myself a little bit more organically, where we pay for our dues to go backwards and forwards. If you go up into the settings menu, you can turn off travel costs, which basically means that you're not paying for fuel. That's how I see the costs. You know, oh, I'm going to go to an auction. It's going to cost me $100 to get there, but you know, unfortunately, no. So if I turn that off, then get into an auction's free, get into a barn's free, go into the junkyard is free. Basically, just means you're not paying for anything, which means that all of this is free experience that you are not tapping into. Next, let's go to a barn, shall we? So, most likely, you guys have come to a barn and gone, hey, I'm looking for a car, I need a car, where's a car? And there's a car, fantastic. I'm going to look in this junk pile over here, and I'm going to look, and I'm not going to buy any, I'm not going to buy any of this, it's crud, I want the car. And you've just gone like this and gone, hey, cool, this is awesome. And so that it's 55 grand to buy this car, and all the parts look all good, and it's fantastic. So you buy it or you don't. What you can do is you can sit here and examine all of the engine parts, which basically means all the cars in the barns. I mean, yes, okay, this is boring as turd, and gonna be honest, I mean, it takes a special type of person to do this, hence why I'm doing it. I'm a special type of person. But I'm just here to show you. So whilst you're here, you can examine all the cars and basically get that free experience. But you don't have to buy these cars. You just sit there, click on them, let it reel through, have a cup of tea, a biscuit, and all the other stuff that you guys do whilst playing this game. And you could just do this on everything in a barn. You don't have to pay for these cars. Can you see where I'm going next? So there you go. We just earned a load of free experience by doing nothing. Now you can do this to every single car in the garage. So yep, there's another car over there, and we could probably, you know, get all the experience out of that one as well. But that's no fun. Let's go somewhere else. And yes, you guessed it. Here we are at the car auction. So this place is like the barn. And the other, oh yeah, okay, I'm probably going to buy this car whilst I'm here. Alright, so whilst we're here, as you can see, all of these cars are around me. And much like the barns, we can look at the cars and we can be like, ooh, this is nice. look at this car. Oh, this is lovely. And then what we can still do is we can examine all the cars. Basically, if you turn off travelling fees, you running around all the auctions, clicking on all the cars and examining them all, it's free experience. You don't have to pay for this. You don't have to pay for this engine. You don't have to pay for the car. You don't have to pay for anything. Everything is free. You don't well, apart from if you want to buy the car. But what I'm getting at is that you don't have to buy anything. You can click on all of the cars in this auction and you can examine every single one of them. Now, if you're low on XP and you really want like that extra boost, come here and get it done. The downside is obviously if you haven't unlocked the auction house, you can't do this. If you haven't unlocked the barns, you can't do this. But once you get to this point, I mean, you can do this as much as you like, but that's up to you. I mean, the worst part is you have to keep coming back and forth to an auction. It's like, oh great, I have to do this and I have to do that. But it's free XP. Now, I know people are going to be like, well, yeah, we knew this. It's like, well, some people don't. And in fairness, CMS 2021 has actually brought an entirely brand new audience to this game that didn't know this sort of thing exists. So I'm here just to show you, if you want free stuff, this is free. And it's all good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy this car, because I've been searching for one of these for a little while. So yeah, this place gives you a resource of, you know, what, 20 cars? You can sit here and do this to every single one of them. Go through every single car, earn yourself experience by just looking at them. So the downside to the final method, by going to an auction and clicking on a car and so on and so forth, does come with one fatal flaw. Now, if you're going to be going to an auction, you've got to have a fair bit of cash to start with. The downside to that cash is that, well, let's put it this way. In order to just click on the car that I just went through, you're going to have like 90 grand, just, well, 30 grand just to click on it. At the end of the day, it is a bit of a pain, you know, where you have to actually do stuff and get money first. But for a lot of these cars, you can do them for under about 10 grand. So every single one of them at the auction house that you can see and you can play with is all good. It's free, and I would take full advantage of that. But it's not without its problems. Like I said, with the car auction, you have to have the money to look at the car first. Plus side to having a little bit extra money is that, well, it does help to be able to see everything. You can go to the junkyard and do this. You can go to the barn and do this. You don't have to pay for travel. That's purely down to you and how you want to play this game. I'm not here to condone anyone's behaviour of how they play this game. I'm just here to show you a few methods that I've basically found whilst I've been playing this game and gone, hey, that's pretty interesting. I'll make a video about it. So if you guys have got any thoughts or anything that you want to be adding to this, like maybe people actually want to be reading through the comments and maybe see a hint or tip that they didn't know about, let them know down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe and notification button below for all other updates. And I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do on this channel. Until then, thank you very much for kicking by. Peace out, have fun, and enjoy everything you guys do. Bye-bye for now.